In the last few videos we have talked about observables and how we can combine multiple streams with a rexDart. However, this section about advanced stream operations is not complete until we talk about single and broadcast streams and what primitives are available in a rexDart to work with broadcast streams. And to talk about this subject, we can go back to the basics. So what I have over here is this dartpad with a very simple program that creates a stream controller and then it tries to listen to this controller twice. And if I run this code, I get an exception telling me that the stream has already been listened to. And the reason is that when we create a stream controller like this, then we are creating a single subscription stream. And this means that we can't subscribe to that stream more than once. So in practice, if you have a single subscription stream that is your source of data, then you can't have two separate widgets that listen to it, for example via stream builders. And it is very easy to forget this, especially when you work on bigger apps where streams and their subscriptions may be created in different parts of the codebase. So if you need multiple listeners, then you have to create a broadcast stream, and you can do that by typing streamcontroller.broadcast like this. And if I run this code, then I can see that the exception disappears. So let me say this once again. If you want a stream to have more than one listener, then you need to create a broadcast stream. And now that we have this, we should try to understand what happens when we add values to this stream. So what I'm going to do now is to add 3 values to this controller. So here I can type controller.add with a value of before. And then between the two listeners, I can add another line that says controller.add with between. And at the end, I can add another one that says controller.add with after. And now, if I run this code, I can see in the console log that the first value called before is never printed. And this is because these listeners are only created after this value is added. And in fact, the first line that is printed says listener1 with between. And this happens because we added this value after the first listener was created. And finally, the after value is printed twice, because by the time this is added, both listeners are active. So there is one very important takeaway here, and that is that listeners will only receive events from the moment they start listening to the stream. Okay, so in summary, we should now understand the difference between single subscription and broadcast streams, and that listeners will only receive events that are added after they start listening to the stream. So let's continue on the next video.